What's up? What's up? It's your boy Corey B. So, my homeboy Splash totally posted something earlier this morning, and it got me thinking. You know, a lot of people have concerns that they're being silenced, that their voice isn't heard. And people get on these platforms, Facebook, Instagram, any of the different social media platforms out there, Twitter, whatever you get on, whatever you use, people get on there and they post things and they post things and they post things and then they get mad, things get removed. And then some people think that the things that are removed are unfair. The reality is sometimes it is a little unfair. But it's self-preservation, and that's what you got to understand. You got to understand it's about self-preservation. The social media platforms aren't there for you. They're not there for you. Facebook, Zuckerberg designed Facebook when he was in college. He tried to design a platform in which him and his other fellow classmates could be able to communicate well together. Anyways, he built this platform for his own self. It was selfish. It was selfishly motivated when he built Facebook. Every platform was selfishly motivated, whether they were trying to make money or they were trying to build a avenue for themselves or whatever they were trying to build. It was selfishly motivated. They didn't build it so they could be like, oh, let me please put this out there and help the world. Even if they thought that in the first place, that I'm going to put this out there so I can help the world, they've got this idea in their head that if they don't preserve said platform, if they can't keep it intact and available, then how are they going to help the world? So there's this thing in which as they receive complaints, as they get things flagged, they will just remove it without investigation. Now, there's always this thing that pops up and says, oh, this is being investigated, blah, blah, blah. If you flag this, we'll investigate and see if it needs to be removed. That doesn't happen. In 9 times out of 10 cases, what they do is it automatically gets removed. You flag it, it's removed. I literally had a friend who was on Facebook, and she was getting stuff that was literally, without question, it was literally very neutral stuff. It was nothing offensive. It was nothing political, nothing religious-based, nothing like that at all. She was getting stuff removed that was literally comments about her family. She was like, oh, hey, blah, 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 my so-and-so's having a birthday, something like that. Things like that were being removed. And she finally, realized that somebody was maliciously flagging all of her posts. Now, she had said something at some point that offended them, upset them, angered them, whatever. And instead of just unfollowing her, what they chose to do was be malicious and nasty. And what they did was they would get on her Facebook and they would follow her and watch everything that she was doing. And every single time she would post a new post, this went on for a couple of weeks, every single post she made was removed. And it was because things were getting flagged. So as they were flagging stuff for no reason at all, other than they were malicious and did not like her, they were flagging stuff. Facebook was just like, I'm not investigating, I'm just removing. It was just like an automatic thing. It was flagged, it was removed. It was flagged, it was removed. It was flagged, it was removed. And so people on the left, Democrats will sit there and say all day long that, oh, it's only my stuff that's being removed. Republicans will say all day long, oh, it's only my stuff that's being removed. Liberals will say it's theirs. Conservatives will say it's theirs. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's not. Now, maybe there are more, maybe in your experience, you lean to the left or you lean to the right, and you feel in that moment that you're the one who's being targeted. You are, obviously, because your stuff's being removed, so you're being targeted by someone. But you are not being targeted by the platform itself. The platform's not out to get you. The platform is out for self-preservation, plain and simple. It doesn't matter. I mean, Zuckerberg can be a Democrat, he can be a Republican, he can be a Libertarian, he can be a Christian, an atheist. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what he is thinking about is his bankroll, his pocketbook. He is thinking about continuing to keep his investors and his all the people that keep money rolling into his company. That's what he's thinking about. And to have wars and fights and everything like that is bad for business. So what his underlings do is when things get flagged, they built up an algorithm on the system, on the server, that when something gets flagged, it's just automatically removed. They don't have to look at it. They don't have to investigate. Investigations take time and money, and it's silly and petty. Nobody's got time for that. Nobody has time for that. They pop those things up saying, oh, this will be investigated, because that gives you a warm feeling inside. You're like, oh, it's psychological gratification. It's like you sit back and you're like, oh, they're going to investigate. I flagged it. I said it was bad. Now they're going to investigate, and they're thinking about me. No, they're not thinking about you. They don't care. It doesn't matter. Okay, but that's not a bad thing. It's a gray area of bad. Okay, so you have to remember that what it is self-preservation. They're not out to get you. They're just out preserving themselves, which it is what it is. Now, you can choose to set up your own platform. You can build your own website. You can build your own website and set up your own blog, and you can voice all your things, and nobody's going to remove you. Nobody's going to flag your posts. There are plenty of websites, there are plenty of things out there that people get on there and they build their own things. They set up their own things. There are websites and platforms that are a lot more lenient, and you can say a lot more of the things that you want to say without fear of someone flagging your post. Now, I'm not saying to, get away from Facebook or get away from Instagram or Twitter or any of those things. If you want those things, use them. They're great tools. I use them. Y'all know I use them. I tell y'all all the time, follow me. Keep up with me. But those are tools. And see, I have the right perspective about it. I am aware 100% that those are tools. And they are not my tools. I don't own them. So I have no grounds for sitting here saying, oh, well, you're silencing my voice. No, I'm on their platform. They are paying for it. They have built it. This is their thing. They have to preserve their business. This is their business. And I am using their business to voice myself. Now, they have given me a free avenue. Twitter's free. Instagram's free. Facebook's free. It's all free. Now, with free comes a price. Now, there's the potential of censorship. Now, are they targeting you? No, they're not targeting you. Somebody targeted you. They didn't target you, but someone targeted you. And that's going to happen. That's always going to happen. That's never going to stop happening as long as you're on someone else's platform. So to all of us little guys, I'm one of you. I'm one of the little guys. I am not, one of these. Okay, now there are some people out there who oh man. I almost said some names. I'm not going to say no names. I'm not going to say some names. There are some huge activists, politicians, famous people who ultimately have pockets, man. Their pockets are deep. They could build their own platform. They could hire someone to build their own platform. They could get it all set up like that. No problem. No questions asked. It wouldn't be a thing for them. Now, for you and me, I don't know. Maybe you don't have the technology. Maybe you don't have the intelligence or that was the wrong choice of words. Maybe you don't have the skill set. It's not lack of intelligence. It's because you're a smart individual. Maybe you just don't have the skill set. You haven't chosen to learn how to develop and build a website, and that's okay. But there are avenues in which you can hire someone to build a website for you. Maybe you don't have pockets deep enough to build a website. And that's okay. So what you can do, this is something that kind of just coming to me right now, actually. This is how I work. As I'm doing things, normally, things start clicking. And so right now something's clicking. And so what you could do is you can use Facebook, you can use Twitter, you can use Instagram, you can use all these different things. You can even set up an email list. An email list is crucial when you're building you're building an online presence and you really want a following to market digital things. An email list is always a great thing to have. Anybody will tell you that. So there's plenty of ways that you can get your voice out there and you can build a name for yourself. You also can use YouTube. YouTube's great. I'm using YouTube right now. So you can use all these different things. You can also start like a podcast or something. Okay, but all these different things that you can use, that most of which are free, as you use these free platforms and you say, well, sometimes you may get booted off. Maybe not booted off, but maybe you'll get something flagged or something removed. And that's okay. But in the meantime, you can continue to build things and put information out there, put content out there, put yourself out there. Then you can start up, what was that thing called? It's like a GoFundMe, but it was for, come on. Okay, there was another one. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there was this thing. People used to use it a lot. Kickstart. That's what it was called. People used to use it a lot to help get their business started. That was the whole idea. So you can build a presence for yourself, and then you can say, hey, I've researched it, and to get my website built where I can say anything and everything that I want, it's going to cost me $600 for a programmer, or it's going to cost $1,200 because yours is going to be a little bit more intricate, a little more complicated, and the best programmer you can find to do said process. And maybe you need some firewall, some safety or something, whatever. Like, actually figure out what it's going to cost you. Figure it out. Do some research. Figure out what it is you want to do, how much it's going to cost you, and then lay it out. And then build a presence for yourself. Start getting your information out there and get people to know who you are. Then set up a Kickstart and say, hey, help me build my platform. You want to follow me? You don't want me censored. You want me to have my mouth open and no tape, no muzzle, no nothing. I can say what I want, when I want, how I want. I need this much amount of money to get that going, to get that off the ground. I need you to help me do it. Help me get this going. And if you have really built up that following like you think you do, like you think you have, you've got these people who are listening to you, who want to hear and discuss the things that you want to discuss, and you feel as though the man is holding you back, then those people are going to back you. Those people are going to help fund you. All it takes is, $10 here, $5 there, $20 there. I mean, come on. If these people are really loving you, these people are really following you, these people are really hanging on your every word because you've got so much to say, and they are so with you on it, then they're going to be happy to give you $5, $10, $20. I mean, that's how much they spent at Burger King yesterday. So I'm telling you, it can be done. Stop thinking that the man is holding you back. Stop thinking that everybody's holding you back, and let's build our own. This is a time in which we need to see that. Build your own. Everybody's been talking about lately all these things about, oh, hey, we need to become more self-sufficient. We need, as a nation, as a families, as a community, as individuals, we need to become more self-sufficient. I hear people tell me every day, oh, well, I'm thinking about moving out to the country because things are getting so crazy around here. I might need to, be able to grow my own food and all. Yeah, do it. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, stop thinking your voice is closed. Stop thinking that somebody is shutting you down. Stop thinking that somebody owes you a platform for you to speak. Now, we have Constitution, we have amendments, we have the freedom of speech, but nobody says they're going to pay for you to speak. They said you have the freedom to speak, so everybody could walk up and down the street all day long. You can walk up and down the street shouting and screaming and hollering and saying whatever you want to say, and nothing's going to happen to you. That's freedom of speech. That is it right now. Now, if you want a platform to say all those things, you're going to have to build it. Otherwise, you're going to have to accept the fact that as long as you're on someone else's platform, they got a little bit to say about what you're going to get to say. It's not free. It's not. You have the freedom of speech, which means you can say any words you want to say. You just got to know where you can say it. You can't say it on my platform. I can tell you can't say it in my house. Zuckerberg built Facebook. That's his house. Twitter, Instagram. I mean, it's all owned by somebody. And if they own it, I mean, you want to get down to it, get down to the nitty gritty. CNN, MSNBC, Fox, all of them, they all owned by somebody, and each and every one of them are owned by somebody, and each and every one of them have the right to censor whatever they want. They also have the right to say whatever kind of nonsense they want. They've been doing it since the dawn of time. The only difference today, from today to back then, I mean, you look in the 40s and the 50s and 30s, and you look at some of the stuff that they put in newspapers and on the ads, and when excuse me, in the 50s and 60s that they put in ads in the news, on the TVs and stuff. That stuff, oh my God, it was ridiculous. And we look at that stuff and we like, that would never happen today. It's happening all the time. It ain't never stopped because everybody has the right to get on there and say whatever they want to say. You want to build your own news station? Oh man, that's a whole nother thing. Build yourself a website. Get yourself a following. You want to build your own news station? Somebody built Fox. Somebody built MSNBC. Somebody built CNN. Somebody built all of this. Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, all of it got built by somebody. Build yours. Build yours. You're not alone. Whatever it is you believe, whatever it is, your religion, your political stance, your affiliations, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is you believe, you're not alone. So build something for you and your people. The people who believe and think like you. And that's all Fox is. That's all Twitter is. That's all MSNBC. That's all the newspaper. Everything is biased. What I'm posting is biased. I'm posting this and I'm biased. I can't help it. We are humans. By human nature, we cannot be unbiased. We can try all we want to be unbiased, but there's something. And my bias, I'm trying to elevate. I'm trying to propel. I'm trying to help y'all understand that there's so much more for you. Stop focusing on all the negatives. Stop trying to bring each other down. Stop letting other people bring you down and come up, rise up. We bigger than this. You bigger than this. All of us are bigger than this. You bigger than some little platform. You bigger than a Facebook or a Fox News or a Twitter, MSNBC. You bigger than all of that. You ain't trying to be held down and broke down by some. Oh man, come on people, come on. Normally I feel like I try to come at these things with such a more positive direction, but right now I'm just a little frustrated. I'm tired of watching people fall victims. You're not victims. You're only victim if you let them turn you into victim. You got more power than you think you do. My boy Splash, man, that dude, I got lots of love and respect for that guy. And you know, me and him, we have seen eye to eye on so many things. And there's some things we don't always see eye to eye on. And that's okay. Even when I don't see eye to eye on him, I got so much mad respect for him. Just because I know he speaks from the heart. I know he does. I know he speaks everything he says. Everything he says it from his passion, his conviction, the love he has for him, for fellow man, for himself, for his family, for his friends. You know, he really just has a big heart. He does. And like I said, we don't always see eye to eye, and that's okay. Not everybody is always going to be as forgiving and as understanding when you don't see eye to eye. But you know what? I think also a lot of people, we as a society, we don't give a lot of people credit for seeing differently either. You know, we can see differently from each other, and we're just like, oh man, he's going to attack me because I see different. Why you assume he's going to attack you? He don't have to attack you. He don't have to be mad at you. She ain't got to be angry with you, but you assume she going to be. You assume he going to be. Why? Just because that's where we've become as a society. And you know why we're that way as a society? It's because of social media. It's because there's so much fuel and so much hatred and so much fire right now. And because there's so much fuel and fire and it's like there's so much hatred and anger and frustration out there that it's like, that's just what we assume is going to be there. It don't have to be. All right, man. I want to keep harping. I want y'all to get out there and do something. I want y'all to make something of yourselves and get your voice heard. You ain't silenced. You don't have to be. Don't let no one ever think you are. Don't let no one ever think you are. Don't ever think someone's gonna... Yeah, you feel where I'm coming from. See? Even your boy gets tongue-tied sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Alright, I got nothing but love and respect for all of y'all. Thank y'all for staying tuned. Thank y'all for following your boy. If you're not following me, go ahead and click that subscribe button, ding that bell, and get your notifications. Hit that like button. Give your boy some love. And check me out on beingcoreybayless.com. Check out my boy Splash on IG. He's got some things to say. He's got some good things to say. And he comes from a good place. Show my boy some love. Show your boy some love. Check out Being Corey B on IG also. And until next time, I'm out.